Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy VI 100%. I am Circle Master, and I'm continuing to level up Umaro, the Yeti, to level 99, and I did the wrong thing. I guess it doesn't matter for this particular moment. Where's he at now? 87. He's actually surprisingly close. Tragically, this is going to be pretty boring for the most part. And for that, I apologize. Give me the tumbleweed groups. I want the big XP. Stop it. Or Deathly says good luck with grind. Thank you. At this point, it's not really a matter of luck, just a matter of time. Unfortunately for Umaro, it will be more time than with others, because he has to share duties. With Go-Go here, because he can't take care of himself. You gotta be close. Oh, you're not close at all. You're still at least 2 fights away. I think I'm gonna take Umaro out of, not Umaro, Go-Go out of the party. Honestly, he does need a support character, but it doesn't have to be a guy who's already max level. So let's do Edgar next. Why not? Actually, it's probably dumb. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Hero ring should work. Actually, let's see what espers he needs. If any. I know he gained a lot on the Velt, so he might be completely done. And in fact, he is. So here's what we're gonna do. He's gonna get Raiden for strength until he is 68. At which point he will switch over to Bahamut for the HP until 71. And once tomorrow hits 99, Zimmer can go it alone. That makes sense. So I just need to banish everybody. That looks really dumb. That's better. Now then. On we go. And thanks to being able to buff strength, Zimmer's auto crossbow should quickly excel. Gary says, eating Circlemaster in chat. Good evening, Gary. I've got a new grinding buddy for Umaro until Umaro maxes out, at which point Zimmer can go alone. Gary, I don't think any of these hashtags you're trying to start will stick. That's just me, I suppose. There we go, so you maxing his strength or magic? I'm going for strength. He's got Raiden on. So he's going to have a deadly auto crossbow, I hope. Right now it's a bit lackluster, but I'm pretty sure that tools have level in their damage calculations. Gary asks, what is Zimmer, like mid-50s? He is 55. He is exactly mid-50s. In level. His strength right now, it was 62 without equipment, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure tools include level in their damage calculations because Gogo was doing more damage as he leveled up. And his stats were obviously not changing. Here he says the algorithm's guide does not cover tools for some reason. Gary says, I think Gogo's stats do slowly, very slowly increase. Well, Zimmers are going to increase faster with Raiden. He says, hey, Morrow broke 9k HP. Yeah, that's to be expected. I mean, Gogo was at 97, 90 something at level 99. "9046, like a futuristic Wong Kar-wai movie," says Gary. I don't know what that means. Oh, he's 55 without equipment. Still, he'll get a solid 30 levels, at least. So I'll be over 100. Bruce Riggs says, best RPG ever. How the heck do you plan on getting 100% of the rages? I already done did it. It took many hours, but I did collect all the rages. There was a lot of discussion about the mechanics behind collecting rages, if you want to watch those VODs. If you like hearing about pack cycles, and where FAQs are lacking in information. But it was a struggle, but I got them all. It just took a lot of grinding. There says Edgar's a character that can go either way, strength because tools or magic to compensate. Yeah, I think Flash is his only magic-based tool. I don't even know if it's based on his magic power, I just know it does magic damage because enemies with high defense and low magic defense take more damage from Flash. Or they take normal damage from Flash and they take much reduced damage from auto crossbow. So I guess if you were being super optimal, yeah, Bioblaster could be as well, I'm not sure. But I guess if you were being super optimal, then magic would be better, because he has tools that key off of magic. Yeah, the best ones like Drill and Chainsaw are based off his vigor. And I'm gonna have enough magic-heavy people as it is, between Terra, who is already headed that way, Sabin, Realm and Strago, possibly Celeste. I'm not sure where she's at. And I'm not sure what is going to happen with Gao, because I really don't know what endgame rages are best for him. But the fact that all of his rages have, I think, a 50% chance of doing attacks means that he probably needs some level of vigor. And then you got characters like Cyan and Shadow and Locke that can really just attack or cast spells that anybody else can cast. The Shadow's got throwing on his side. Zimmer's at 59. Okay. Here he says, Gao, you should try to balance. I do both, since the rages tend to be magical, but he, as you stated, needs strength too. Here he says Shadow also has the Skians. He does, but I mean, I should end up with plenty of Imp Halberds for him to throw. And thanks to Throw not caring about needing the Imp status, it just keys off the 255 battle power of the Imp Halberd. So they do quad 9s pretty much every time. And this is the problem here, is Zimmer's gaining levels and also gaining vigor, and the crossbow damage is going up. So I don't know whether it's going up because of the vigor, because of the levels, or both. Here he says sometimes balancing against someone's strong suits creates a complete package. That's true. There's a good argument for pushing up Realm's strength. Bruce Riggs says, I assume then you got all the rages possible in the SNES games since some were glitched and not obtainable. That is correct. I've got 252. Since the 4 missing are... Or the Chupon, Pluto armor, I want to say, or Proto armor, Aloe Vera, and something else, I forget. Siegfried, that was it. Yeah, Chupon, Siegfried, and Aloe Vera don't appear on the Veld, but have rages for some reason. And Proto Armor does appear on the Velt, but does not have a rage associated for some reason. Where are we at with Zimmer? 61. We're looking for 68. I forget if he has Ultima, but he has the Paladin Shield on right now. I'm not getting magic points, so he must have Ultima learned already. Gary asks, are all the lores magical? Like every single one. Most characters can equip the Merit Award, which is an interesting relic that goes underappreciated in my opinion. I'm pretty sure all the lores key off magic that don't key off something weird. Like Blowfish is a fixed amount of damage. Whirlwind triggers off the caster's HP, etc. Alan Goose asks, you going for a world record? No. I don't think there is a world record category for 100% completion in Final Fantasy VI. Since it's not really well defined, for one thing. And for another, it's not really fast. So I guess I could have a world record for being the only person to record it. But again, it's not really a category. I guess it could sit alongside my Wing Commander any % world record for Super Nintendo as a thing that doesn't technically have a competition because nobody does it and nobody cares about it and nobody actually categorizes it. But hey, I beat Wing Commander for Super Nintendo by ejecting 18 times in a row. I got an ending. Alan Goose asks how long you think total time. I'm at about 45 hours on the in-game clock. That's not accounting for resets and whatnot during Velt grinding. Also doesn't account for the fact that I had to reset after the first 12 hours because rages and items were missed. And I ended up having to replay the World of Balance, basically. But depending on how long it takes me to find an economizer, I could easily finish this before the game clock maxes out. Yeah, Gary, I wouldn't want to max out experience because that's grinding way past level 99. And I wouldn't want to get 99 of every possible item you could possibly maximize, because that would be stealing 99 ribbons from Brachiosaurs and getting 99 economizers from drops from Brachiosaurs. It'd be beating Chupon a bunch in the Colosseum to max out elixirs and things that you can get from elixirs in the Colosseum. What other nonsense would it be? I mean, some of these are mutually exclusive because you can't max stats in a low-level game and also open every chest because of chests that are monsters in boxes. Alan Goose asks, that sucks having to replay World of Balance. Is this SNES or PS1? Seems like SNES. It is. This is an original SNES console, an original Final Fantasy III US 1.0 cart with all the glitches intact. Sketch glitch, vanish glitch, slots rigging, M-block glitch, all the good stuff. Gary says level ups conserved until several espers appear and giving level ups to Gao and leaping off to avoid level averaging. Yeah, but what about monsters in boxes that you can't do that with? That appear before you get Gao. And before you can make Gao a solo party member. And then you're not leveling up Gao's stats. Alan's Goose asks, do you think all the good stuff is on my PS1 copy? I know they fixed Sketch Glitch. They probably fixed Wind God Gao. Or no, not Wind God Gao, what's the other one? Psycho Cyan. They probably fixed Psycho Cyan. They probably fixed the slot machine rigging, I'm not sure. Gary says there's apparently only one monster in a box that matters, Gigantos, which there's an interesting strategy for. But then you're not opening every chest. Gary says, I've literally never bothered trying to get Wind God Gao or Psycho Cyan. Well, Wind God Gao is just an equipment setup. It's like Tempest, Offering, Merit Award, Stray Cat. And then when he does Cat Scratch or something, I forget how it works exactly. But it basically he makes Tempest trigger a bunch of times in one attack. You know, the wind slash, whatever. And Psycho Cyan seems of minimal utility, given the setup required. Gary says, I mean, every chest opened is less important, I think, than boosting every single possible level up. And eventually maxing the number of every possible winnable Josh Bible item. Well, that's not what was proposed to me, so I'm doing what was proposed to me. Which involved opening every chest. Alan Goose says, alright, I'll have to check those out. I feel like an SNES ROM running an emulator on PS1. Like, it sounds exactly the same, like it feels like a Sony, Nintendo, PlayStation game. Well, there's loading times. And I think they did some animated cutscenes for the anthology's release. I don't know, I've never bothered to play it, I've just played this. Where are you at, Amaro? 94. I want you to be done. Here he says the anthology release only has the new animations at the very beginning and very end of 4, 5, and 6. However, the Chronicles release of Chrono Trigger incorporates the new animations into the story. It's kind of BS. Alan says, yeah, load times and cut screens at the intro and final end. The load times aren't noticeable on PS2, but I don't own one, and even at 1 times read speed, the only load time is from the map to a fight. Going from the map to a fight is pretty common, though. Here he says, and with all the new endings, the Chronicles release of Chrono Trigger becomes an interesting new version of the game, along with New Game Plus. New Game Plus is in regular Chrono Trigger. Gary says Chronicles adds a new element to New Game Plus. What would that be? One more level for Zimmer. Also, I don't know if you can hear the dog barking. Gary says there's something like 18 endings more if you count the pet cats and Millennium Fair things that get added to the regular ending. Yeah, I don't know what she's so excited about. Olivar says, do I smell Moro? How in the hell he hit that hard? He's got Gauntlet equipped. Also, he's like level 95 or something. Yep, 95. Alright, that's level 68. Means it's time to throw on Bahamut until level 71. Alan asks, what kind of capture card do you have? I presume OBS compatible. Yeah, I'm using OBS to stream. My capture card's an Elgato HD60S. Plugged into an AV to HDMI. No, that's plugged in, yeah. Console is plugged into an AV to HDMI converter, which is plugged into the Elgato, which is plugged into the PC and my TV. Gary asks, is there a chance Zimmer will hit 128 strength? I'm pretty sure he will. Like I said, he'll have at least 30 levels of stat grinding, which means he'll have about 60-ish extra strength. And he had 55. So I mean, it'll take him most of his levels, but he'll hit 128. Gary says, oh yeah, Circle Master, just a few minutes ago Zimmer was only doing approximately high 2Ks damage against tumbleweeds. Yeah, it feels like his HP is really far behind right now. I mean, Terra had over 100 times her level in HP. Like, by the time she was level 70, she had well over 7,000 HP. Alan asks, so OBS can see the capture card and is pulling the feed, or is an app running on your desktop with OBS capturing the desktop? OBS is capturing the feed from the video card, but it wasn't able to do that until after I installed the Elgato software. I don't know if it included some kind of device driver or something. But I needed to install the Elgato game capture software before OBS would recognize the Elgato capture card. Gary asks, is that HP maxing guide written for SNES? Just saying, you were skeptical about Terra hitting quad 9s too. Yeah, it was. It actually has both SNES and PS1. And it says, HP is the same in both versions, here's how you max it out. And then for MP, there was SNES version and then PS1 version. Olivares says, in GBA version, Umaro can get over 540 damage stat if he has a gauntlet. He does have a gauntlet. Squarish Link asks, why max level? Because it's a 100% complete game. It's max level, everybody knows every spell. Max all the rages, all the lores, all the dances, all the items as best as possible. Squarish Link also asks, why not fight the T-Rex? Because the T-Rex will kick my butt. I can't solo T-Rexes reliably. Squarish Link says, good God, that's going to take a lot of time, good luck. Well, I already did all the rages, you missed that. And that was by far the biggest chunk of time. It's going to be all downhill from here. Gary asks, is that 70 or 71 on Zimmer? I'll check after the battle. Craig Safford says, I missed the Doberman rage because I didn't kick the box, lol. Yeah, kicking the box was mentioned in my Rage Guide walkthrough. That was 70, so he's got one more level to go. Gary says, level maxing really doesn't take that much time, even on an LLG leading into max stats. Yeah, once I'm done with Umaro, then everybody else will be able to level grind solo with experience eggs, and it'll be super fast. I mean, I don't know. It didn't take Terra very long at all to get to 99. Once I worked it out. Gary says, I mean, level grinding to 99 is so short compared to rage grinding. So much shorter. Don't I know it? I thought somebody leveled up there. I guess not. Gary says you can do one character in one sitting. Yeah, pretty much. Craig says, yeah, damn you, Umaro. What were they thinking when they made you? Oh, I know, let's make players rage. I don't know, FF5 had Berserkers too, and Umaro's basically your secret character who's a Berserker. It's just really poorly done. Like, there's no reason to make him unable to equip anything. That right there is a massive nerf to his potential. Ow. Alright, that's 71 for Zimmer. Let's just do a quick check. He is at 89. That is with equipment, though. He's got about 10 points of vigor off of equipment. Ellen Goose says Umaro sucks as a berserker. Craig Safford says, good thing when he throws people they don't take damage, lol. Like, I mean, getting tossed into a Magitech suit seems like it might hurt. I don't know, you can go barefisted and just punch Magitech suits, it doesn't seem to hurt you. Olivares says, how would you fix Umaro if you could balance him? Well, like I said, let him equip stuff. Give him higher stats than he has, because he can't get Esper levels to compensate. And that right there goes a long way toward balancing him. Give him more than one special move that doesn't require a relic, maybe. Squarish Link says, I like using Celeste with 2 times Genji glows. You can only benefit from 1 at a time. I mean, you can do Genji Glove Offering and get the 8 times attacks. But that's any character, really. Olivares says FF5 Berserkers are 10 times worse than Umaro. That's because FF5 has a lot more gimmick bosses. Like, say, the Sandworm. And the Dragonflower, or whatever it's called. And the fact that things with multiple parts are bugged. Gary says, I keep saying strength, but thanks to Ted Woolsey, it's vigor here, I roll. That's the worst part, is that on the character, on some of the things it's vigor, but like Raiden says +2 strength. So it's not consistent. Gary says, Umaro actually ends up as one of the weakest characters. Yeah, really. I will agree with you about FF5. In order to complete your bear characters, you still have to max the Berserker's AVP levels, and you get almost nothing for it. Gary says, hi, you see, TW did screw that up. I'm like, yeah, I realize full well that the translation is far from perfect, but it is also far from the monstrosity that you claim it to be. It's almost like it's somewhere in the middle. Not great, not horrible. I mean, you got to admit that the dialogue and such is translated a lot better than Final Fantasy IV's is. I'm no longer worried about Zimmer's HP. Gary says, here's the thing. Spoonie Bard entered the pop culture lore at a certain level. That's not even a mistranslation. It's just an awkward phrasing, but Spoonie, you know, was a pejorative at a time. And, I mean, it entered pop culture lore because of its badness. Because it sounded awkward. It's the same reason that the only thing people remember for Final Fantasy Tactics is Little Money. Or, as you say, this guy are sick. It's... You're saying it like it should be memorable even if that comes from being bad. It's almost like you're complaining that the translation isn't awful enough. Squarish Link asks, who's the best character in FF6? I'm partial to Terra, and to Shadow, and to a lesser extent Celeste. I mean, it's not so much of a surprise, given that Terra is arguably the protagonist of the first half of the game, and Celeste is arguably the protagonist of the second half. Shadow, I just think is cool. You do the mysterious ninja thing, whatever, and then you add like the dream sequences and the implications of things like the memento ring. Gary says, what I'm saying is at least they had a sense of humor about Spoonie Bard. TW's localization takes itself so seriously, boo. I don't think that they were translating Final Fantasy IV ironically. I think you're using too much of a results-based analysis. That because these bad translations entered the lexicon, that they intended for it to enter the lexicon, that they intended for it to be bad. Barry says, people cite that Terra Celeste split as a flaw, but I think it shows how disruptive the end of the world is, its narrative form matching content. Yeah, it's that, and it's also the changing focus. I mean, once Terra goes through the process of discovering her past and all this stuff, she's half Esper. Her arc is really, you know, close to done. And it's around that same time that Celeste's arc picks up with the Magitech Research Facility. So that as Terra is coming to a close with the sealed gate and everything, Celeste is opening up her own story so that they can transition into that at the end of the world, floating continent, World of Ruin. And I would contrast that against Final Fantasy IV, which gave Cecil a great character arc from his Dark Knight into redemption as a paladin. But then when that arc ends, there's nothing to fill in the void. All you're left with is Rose is kidnapped again, let's go get her. and there's no character development after that point. Alan Goose says FF4 SNES is not a bad translation. Yeah, it's kind of dry, but the bigger matter is the game being easy moded for Canadians and like items and skills removed, etc. Gary says, "Oh, Circle Master, I think Kane breaks your theory of FF4. Kane getting mind controlled and not mind controlled and mind controlled again and not mind controlled again is not a character arc. And I mean, it's specifically left unresolved because at the end of the game he goes off to go soul searching or whatever. He clearly didn't get any resolution over the course of the story, so he has to leave and find it. And I haven't played FF4 After Years, but I understand that some of that is picked up there. Again, I can't comment on that. I haven't played it. I haven't, seen an LP of it or anything. But Kane does not really have any character arc in 4. He starts out Cecil's friend, but jealous of his relationship with Rosa, and at the end of the game, he's Cecil's friend, but jealous of his relationship with Rosa. Gary says, like I said, Kane breaks your theory. How? Explain how. How is Kane a protagonist? How does Kane have a character arc that takes over when Cecil's is done? Or Cecil's, or whatever. How are you supposed to pronounce it? Yes, I just said he does not learn. He does not grow. That's not an arc. That's a flat line. Gary says, you just said you haven't played After Years. Yes, because that's a different game. That means that in After Years, Kane could have an arc, but he sure doesn't in the regular game. Before Years? I don't know. I gave him writing back. Yeah, okay, jeez. Also, tomorrow's done, and I didn't even notice. And we're almost perfectly on time. A few minutes over. Get over here. Gary says, you're focusing on this to detract from the fact that FF4 has a pretty good translation, all told. It doesn't really. If you go back and read over the dialogue and all that, it's really stilted, it's really flat. There is not much character to go into in the interactions that the characters have. Anyway, I'm just doing one battle to get Vanish set. And then I'm going to call it an evening. Yeah, 20,000 XP. Very nice. Squarish Link, how many hours have you spent on this 100% completion run all told? Yeah, I'm at... I'm not sure. You add up all the time on the VODs and you'll see it. I've got the playlist there on YouTube. But yeah, the in-game time, 49:42, plus 12 hours for the World of Balance reset, plus time for resets and such. So maybe 65 in total. In any case, I will be back tomorrow morning to continue this with capping off Zimmer. Hopefully I will see you then. Hopefully I'll get to do more than just capping off Zimmer, since he'll be leveling solo and therefore twice as fast. But until then, take care.